Hello, welcome to today's fractional calculus. My name is Sondoluwafemi Bodobe. So, in our last lesson, we checked Grunwald-Leskinow fractional derivative, and then we'll continue today. So, we have our Grunwald-Leskinow fractional derivative to be f of half derivative of function of x equals to name m times to infinity 1 over h raised to power alpha summation k equals to 0 to n minus 1 raised to power k and gamma alpha plus 1 over k factorial gamma alpha minus k plus 1, which f of x minus kh, where we have our m equals to x minus a over h, and our a stand for our terminal points, and a is less than x. Alright, so before we continue, I want to rewrite this GL operator by changing this my gamma function to combination. That is, I'm going to have f of alpha function of x name n tends to infinity 1 over h alpha summation k equals to 0 n minus 1 k, and then here I can now write it as alpha combination k. You can check our previous lesson on this. Okay. So that's another way to write our GL operator. So now today we want to extend this our alpha to negative. We want to extend our alpha to negative alpha, since we know that the opposite, the antiderivative, is integral. The opposite of derivative is integral. So in a nutshell, what we want to do is just to find the integral, the fractional integral derivatives. I want to convert this our derivative to integral. Okay, but before then I want to write some, just try to do a quick revision on our factorial and then on gamma properties. We know that if we have 8, for example, if we have 4 combination 2, so we are going to have something like 4 factorial over 4 minus 2 factorial and 2 factorial, and by the time we expand, we are going to have 4 into bracket 4 minus 1 into bracket 4 minus 2. Then we have 4 minus 2 factorial over 4 minus 2 factorial and then 2 factorial. So this will cancel this. So whereby the terms we are going to have here will only be 2, that is this and this, which would mean that we are going to have 2 terms in our numerator. So take note of that. If you also have 4 combination 1, we have 4 factorial over 4 minus 1 factorial and then 1 factorial. By the time we expand this, also we have 4 minus 1, 4 minus 1 factorial over 4 minus 1 factorial, 1 factorial, and this will cancel this. So the terms are going to have here will be 1. So we can equally see that what we have here, the figure you have here, will be the number of times you are going to have in your numerator. So take note of that. If it is 1 that is here, by the time you factorize it, you are going to have only 1 here. You are going to have only 1 term at the long run. Is that again? And also you need to take note that at the time you expand a combination, there's no anyhow that one of your numerator will not cancel this. So by the time you expand it carefully, and by the time you cancel it, then you're going to have the figure you have here as the remaining terms in your numerator. Alright, so take note of that because we'll come back to that as time goes on. So now if you are going to extend back here now, so we are going to substitute our alpha for minus alpha in this our GL, like fractional derivatives. So that means we are going to have function of negative alpha of x equals to nim. So this m tends to infinity, the bracket 1 over h minus alpha summation k equals to 0 to n minus 1 k, the bracket minus alpha combination k and f of x minus k h. Okay, so let's simplify this and see what we are going to have. F negative alpha function of x equals to nim m tends to infinity. So this, that is, we have 1 over h raised to power minus alpha. At the same time, we are having 1 over h, 1 over h alpha, and by the time you simplify it, you are going to have h raised to power alpha. So that means that 1 over h raised to power minus alpha will give us h raised to power alpha. Then we have summation k equals to 0 n to bracket minus 1 raised to power k, then minus alpha combination k function x minus k h. So now let's bring out this combination and deal with it properly. So let me make this one equation star. So we have minus alpha, let me change my pen, minus alpha combination k. So by the time we expand this, we are going to have minus alpha. So let's take this in unexpand, in non-negative first, and then we substitute back our negative. If we have alpha combination k, that will give us alpha factorial over alpha minus k, then factorial k factorial. Then we can expand this further to have alpha minus 1 factorial dot alpha minus k minus 1, then we have alpha minus k factorial, everything over alpha minus k factorial k factorial. Follow this quick example we did here. So now this alpha minus k factorial will cancel this. Then we're going to have alpha minus 1 dot alpha minus k minus 1 into bracket everything over k factorial. So now don't forget this is the positive alpha combination k. So now let's now substitute our alpha for negative. So that's our main goal. So what we have, so that will be minus alpha combination k. So at this point now we have minus alpha minus 1 dot minus alpha minus k minus 1, then everything over k factorial. So here now we can factorize minus 1 outside. Minus 1. So going back these two examples, now what we have here will be the figure, will be the number of times you are going to have in your numerator by the time you expand it correctly. So that means that the number of times we are going to have here will be k. So that means that we have minus 1 raised to power k. Then we have, then we take alpha from here, we are going to have negative from there, we are going to have alpha. Then from alpha, we are going to have alpha plus 1 dot. We have alpha plus k minus 1. Then we have k factorial. Okay, so now let's rearrange this and make it simpler. So in this we have minus 1 k. So I want to start writing my combination from here. You know, it's possible if we have 5 factorial equals to 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. It's also the same thing as writing your 5 factorial to be 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5. So I'm going to start writing this all over, and that will be alpha plus k minus 1, that is plus k minus 1. Then I'm going to have dot alpha plus 1, then alpha over k factorial. So to make this a complete combination, I'm going to have alpha minus 1 factorial. Then I'm going to include here in my numerator, so in my denominator, so alpha minus 1 factorial. So now I cannot take that back to factorial notation. So here I'm going to have alpha minus 1 I'm going to have alpha plus k. This will be the factorial of k. By the time you expand this, you will have this after alpha plus k minus 1 factorial over k factorial alpha minus 1 factorial. This minus alpha combination k. Alright, knowing that the factorial of a fraction does not exist, that means that we are going to extend it to our gamma function. And don't forget your gamma function, we have gamma n plus 1 is equals to n factorial. Now here we have our n to be alpha plus k minus 1. So if we put it here, that means that plus 1 we eliminate this minus 1. So what will be left there now will be gamma alpha plus k over k factorial. The same thing applicable to this. We will substitute our n to be alpha minus 1, introduce our gamma function, that minus 1 will eliminate this plus 1, then we will be left with gamma and alpha. You can take your time to confirm that. Minus alpha k. So let's name this equation star star. So now going back to our equation star, we will now substitute the result we have for our minus alpha combination in this our equation star. So let me do that here. So now first of all write the result we have. Note that we have our minus alpha k to be equals to minus 1k gamma alpha plus 1 over k factorial gamma alpha. So you can check. I believe that is correct. Good. So now I can clean up this and I have to continue from here. Okay. So continue from here. We have our f of minus alpha function of x equals to name m tends to infinity h alpha summation k equals to 0 to n minus 1k. Then this now we substitute this here. We have minus 1 raised to power k gamma alpha plus 1 over k factorial gamma alpha f of x minus k h. So we know that name m tends to infinity h alpha summation k equals to 0 to n. So minus 1 raised to power k times minus 1 raised to power k, that will be minus 1 raised to power 2k alpha plus 1 k factorial gamma alpha f of s k h. So we have name m tends to infinity h factorial gamma k to 0 n. Okay, now minus 1 raised to power 2, that will be positive 1. So no matter the value of k, will surely be positive 1. So 1 times what we have here, we are going to have gamma alpha plus 1 over k factorial gamma alpha f of x minus k h. So this gives us our f of minus 1x. So now our antiderivative, we can now write it as using as I alpha of x is equals to name m tends to infinity alpha h raised to power alpha summation k equals to 0 to n and gamma alpha plus 1 over k factorial gamma alpha f of x minus k h, and that will be our integral. Sometimes we call this Riemann integral. However, in our next lesson we are going to check Riemann-Liouville integral, whereby we will continue from this particular formula. Alright, thank you for watching. See you in the next lesson.